I am so excited because I am again up with a fertility update. I can't make like videos on fertility like every week, so I try and give you like an update every month so that it makes sense to where I am, and I also get like an update from you. I have got like so many messages from you all, and I'm so grateful. I know that I don't make a lot of fertility related videos here, but I'm just here to give my update and also check if you have any questions. So I try and make at least one video every month. But in case you have something that you really want me to talk about, specifically about diet or about, yoga or anything about the medication that I'm going through or the treatment I'm going through, you can always come back to me. You can DM me or put that in the comment section, and I'm truly going to make one video for you, even if it is one comment and I really want to make that video for that one person, I will truly make it. Or if your query is extremely small, so I will always reply you back in the comment section. There's where we meet, right? So this video is going to be super raw. Nothing is scripted. I'm just going to speak my heart out. And people who are new here, I speak about a lot of other things, but also speak about my journey in fertility. So I just give you a quick brief to everyone who's here. My name is Bernie, and I'm married for about 8 years. I actually got married when I was in my early 20s, um, because I just felt that was right. So I got married then, and then post that, I had TB, that is tuberculosis, in my left follicular tube. But prior to that, when I had a severe pain, the but they actually thought it was ectopic pregnancy, but finally we came to a conclusion that it was tuberculosis. And post that, I tried, but it I was not able to conceive. I went to my doctor and she asked me to try it for like another 1 year and let's see. I did that, but that also didn't allow me to conceive. And then post that, after my treatment and everything was done, and when I went to the doctor and she asked me to try, she said that I had tuberculosis, and that would be one of the reason that it is blocked, and that is the reason the egg and the sperm are not able to meet. So let's do like a laparoscopy. We did a laparoscopy. They cleansed my fallopian tube, but they also understood or realized that my fallopian tubes were not blocked. Okay, but while this procedure was going on, when that operation was going on, they realized that there was a chocolate cyst in my left ovary, and I had no idea about it, which basically means I had endometriosis. That is how it is pronounced, I believe. I had endometriosis. So when they were performing the laparoscopy, the doctor burnt it. So what actually happens in endometriosis, if we don't know, where the the blood have to flow downwards, and that is called your periods. It actually also moves upwards, and then there is no um outlet for it to pass out of your system, so it gets accumulated in your you know uterus, and it gets stuck, and then that blood tends to dry up. They come, and then they become chocolate cyst, and then it gets deposited either in your uterus, any part of the uterus, or inside the ovary, any of the ovary. And it is super painful, but I had no pain. That's very strange. But they did show me a video where the chocolate cyst was burnt, and it was terrifying. That happened. Then I tried again. I thought things are okay now, pretty cool, let's try. And then it didn't happen. I was like, what's wrong? And I was so fed up with the medication and stuff that was happening, and that operation, multiple injections, so many tablets and stuff, that I stopped the medication. And in July, like in some year of July, I conceived, and then in August, it was a miscarriage. And the doctor said that it is an unexplained infertility, but I had a feeling that नहीं यार, unexplained कैसे हो सकता है? There has to be a reason that I'm not able to conceive. The follicular tubes are clear, the chocolate cyst is gone, they have checked all my uterus, everything is good, the egg inside there, everything is beautiful. Then what is the problem? And then I was so fed up that I did not go to the doctor because I was fed up taking the injection, so many medication, periods के पहले दवाई, periods के बाद दवाई, ovulation में दवाई, ovulation में injections, for the egg to rupture and stuff. It was very, very draining. It was emotionally very draining. So I quit that, but I got pregnant, but it was unfortunately a miscarriage, and it was a chemical miscarriage where the chromosomes doesn't meet or gel up, some kind of that, and that did not happen. And uske baad I actually saw this iMums ka ad, which I've already spoken about, which I'm going to pop somewhere here, like a detailed review that I've given. I'll just pop it here in case you need like more information about iMums. Just pop your questions down and probably I'll answer them. But I saw iMums. You can go check the video. I wouldn't give you like the same gyan here, but yes, I did that. Ayurveda, everything really helped me. And through iMoms, I actually got to know that I have TPO and I have prolactin. Now, TPO is an autoimmune disease which actually comes in contact with your thyroid, and then it fluctuates your hormones, and prolactin is extremely important when it comes to ovulation and fertility, and my prolactin is super high and my TPO is also super high. So I was put on this medication with crazy diet, with medication, ayurvedic medication, and also with yoga. But I was very happy and grateful that I at least came to know that there are these issues which you were not able to find from the past 2 years. I was very happy with it. Now, if you have not seen any of the fertility videos, there's a playlist. I'm again going to put the playlist here. You can go and watch my journey. So now moving forward right now where I am. So let's talk about diet. Okay. Sorry. So let's talk about diet. I don't know if I've shared this, but fortunately, I have been asked that I can have yogurt, which is dahi or curd, but it has to be lactose free. So I get my curd from Epigamia because that's the only curd brand. I mean, that's the only brand that gives you lactose free curd. So I can have that again in moderation. Okay. Apart from that, I'm dairy. I cannot take any kind of dairy. I mean, no milk, no coffee, no tea, and all of those. Then I cannot take veg or not. Sorry, I've gone crazy. Okay, so I can't take dairy. No dairy for me. No, no, no. I know I've not been eating so many food that it is just gone, and I'm like, I don't know where I am currently. I'm just messed in my head. So just let me just come back. Number one, I'm not taking any dairy products, which is your paneer, the milk, which eventually means that I can't also take tea and coffee and milkshakes because it has milk in it. So, no milk, no non veg food, no eggs. So, no non veg means no non veg at all, and no eggs. That is another thing. Number three is gluten. I have been asked not to take gluten, which is your wheat, your maida, nothing of those sort. So, I'm off from that as well. So, it is pretty crazy to be very honest. So, that's about. I need to take this call. So, like I said, no dairy, no non-veg, no gluten. Okay, so these are the three things that I can't have. And also, I can't take anything which is deep fried. I can't take anything which is processed, even when it comes to veg food. I can't take anything which is processed food. So, the limitation is there's a lot of limitation to my diet, plus to get a protein intake, wherein I am on a veg food without the dairy, it gets very, very difficult. So I'm surviving on my nuts and seeds and my oats and my ragi. This is something that I have. So usually my breakfast looks like ragi ka porridge. So I just add water, ragi, and jaggery. That's about it. I do that and I have it in the morning so that I get like protein from that. And then in the afternoon, it is usually like rice, dal, and any form of veggies. So I've been asked to take a lot of vitamin B6, which is your spinach, your sweet potato. So I take a lot of that. Then I add a lot of fiber food. They have asked like if your prolactin level is super high, you should actually consume vegetables like pumpkin, then bottle gourd, ash gourd, all of those because it is really easy to for digestion because you really don't want to put a very very heavy food in your body so that it doesn't break down, because the food has to break down super quickly, because according to ayurveda I have to eat like uh I have to have like my morning breakfast, then mid morning breakfast, then my lunch, then a snack, and then my dinner, and then end my day with like a ayurvedic drink and then medication and stuff. So that gets too much. So I really need to keep my diet super, super light so that I don't feel heavy and I complete these 5 or 6 diets that I have in the entire day. So that is about it. Um, let's come to the emotional aspect. Man, I am so tired. I don't know what to say, what to do. I am like so damn tired. um I sometimes have loss of words. Sometimes I am at a place but I'm just thinking about something else. I have restricted myself not to go to parties or hotels or everything because I love food and I get tempted, then I'm like, let's have it. I really don't want to put myself that through that because it gets very very difficult on me. I'm trying but it really gets too difficult. That's there. Then, but having said that, my family, like my husband, my parents, my in-laws have been super cool because they chill hai, like they don't come and ask me about, when you're having baby or blah blah blah. They are like, it will happen when it's supposed to happen. So you just take care of yourself and stuff like that. So I'm blessed that way. So there's no pressure on there, but there's a lot of pressure that I put on myself, which I'm still working on. I think I am at a good space right now because it gets very, very difficult and it really pisses me off. So, yeah, I mean, it's difficult to be very, very honest. It's like why it's not happening, why it's not happening. Like every month, like for over 3 years now, if you see every month periods coming and you're like shit, and if your periods are delayed, you're like up there, oh my god, periods not come, maybe you're pregnant and you have got symptoms like, you've got like breast tenderness and all of those, and you're like, oh wow, okay, there would be something like good news and stuff, and then you tend to have like late periods, and then that pisses me off. It it actually makes me very very like sad and unhappy. So that is another like bit. And yeah, and recently also like it has happened like twice that I have had like a breast lump. So I had in December like a lump in my in literally like a huge lump on my breast where it was literally moving and I got so damn scared. I spoke to the doctor and she said that it might be water retention because you just got your period. So let's wait for 7 days post your periods and it has to go. It should go away. Otherwise, we'll see what we can do. And luckily, it just went away, like doctor said. And then recently, payment and oops, what do I do? I have to take care of the house. I have to take care of all the things. So sorry for that, but I had to go. But that's what I was saying that it gets a little difficult because I really don't know. Like I really don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. The doctor did tell me that to get the prolactin level down, it is going to take a while because I have TPO plus prolactin. I'm I am in a better space, but I'm not in a better space. I'm trying to be in a better space, but I am a overthinker, so I think so damn much that it just makes me crazy. I really need like good people around, and I am blessed to have people around me who are super good. And yeah, I don't go for parties, I don't go for celebration, I don't go out, I don't go meet people, because then coffee में coffee ही पी नहीं सकते. Can you imagine? Then I have to stick. What do I have? I just have to stick with water. So that's a little difficult. But apart from that, life is going on. Like my husband always says that, we are there for each other. Let's be together. Don't take stress. It's all right if doesn't happen. But me being me, old school, and all those stuff, I really want to have a baby. And I truly want to. And I really hope this year brings a lot of joy. That is something I'm praying. And I'm like, I truly wish the universe listens to me and everything is sorted. And also to you, girls out there, to you, women out there, if you're going through this, please do something. Go to a nutritionist, go to your doctor, ask, because trust me when I say this, diet will change everything. You don't have to go through IVF, or you don't have to go to anything, don't have to go through anything. You only have to concentrate on your diet and your lifestyle, and everything will gonna be worth it. And that's the only message for today's video, that work on your diet and work on your lifestyle. Eat clean, stay at home, keep yourself hydrated. It is summers, and do meditation. It will help you. Do your breathing exercise. It is going to help you. And yeah, that's about it. That was a little update and a little message that I wanted to send it across to y'all. And yes, with that, let's end today's video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. Love, love.